Everybody, well, today we're making Grandma's Elizabeth Hershey's chocolate cake. It was delicious and yummy. I'm adding in 2 cups of sugar. Make sure it's right, because sometimes you can make a little blunder. Okay, I want to make sure we have enough sugar in this, folks, because it will not be fun not to have enough sugar in here. All right. Make sure it's the whole cup here. I'm adding in 1 3/4 cup of flour. I gotta grab my flour, it's over here. I woke up with an achy foot this morning. I don't know what I did to my foot, folks. Yeah, Grandma Elizabeth made everything from scratch, folks. It was really delicious. It's 1 3/4 cup of flour. Alright. Every Thanksgiving, folks, and I'm not kidding you, she would have her famous chocolate cake, folks. It was delicious. Here we go. Now, the next thing I have to add in is the cocoa. Without the cocoa, folks, you don't have chocolate cake. And I remember all of us kids loved Grandma Elizabeth's wonderful, delicious chocolate cake, folks. It was so yummy. Ugh. Get everything out. Now we're going to the cocoa. Grandma always used Hershey's cocoa. It's been around as far back as I can remember, Hershey's cocoa. There we go. Now the baking powder. This is Grandma's favorite brand. Now I'm adding in the baking powder. Just have to get my spoon. Amber! One and 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder and soda. 1 and 1/2. Now we're going to go to the soda, because this actually is taking both, folks. One and 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda. There we go. So it's, yeah, I want to make sure it's a 1/2 teaspoon. Here we go. Now, the next thing I have to do, folks, I'm going to whisk this together, and then we go to the next step. Grab my whisk. I used to help her make her chocolate cake, folks. I'm telling you, how she made her chocolate cake, folks, you have no idea how wonderful it came out. There's not one thing that was not natural when she made her chocolate cake, folks. Now, the next thing I need to do is grab my milk. I'm adding in 1 cup of milk. Get this out first. 1 cup of milk. Her milk always came in a glass bottle, folks. It was amazing. I'll show you my glass bottles later, which I showed many times. 2 eggs. Oil. Please always add in oil. Getting in my 1/2 cup of oil. Just add a 1/2 cup of oil in. There we go. Now I want to mix this together. Everything out of the way. I'm going to turn this thing on and we're going to start mixing, and then we're going to grease the cake pans and probably have used parchment paper cake sticks. Now, the next thing is water. It calls for about a cup of water, folks, but you don't have to add in a whole cup. A little bit less, because you don't want it to the point that we can't get it out. We're going to mix it together and see how this looks. This should be Okay, now we're gonna mix this together. Yeah, this is perfect. You don't want it too, you know, too watery either, and it won't come out either. This is what cake batter is supposed to look like. Folks, it even smells like Grandma Elizabeth's cake. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. All right, I'm gonna grab my parchment paper. Go. You have to grease it, folks. If you don't grease the parchment paper, it will not come out. It will stick and we'll have a real problem. Okay. Here we go. I have to grab my towels and get it greased. I really want to make sure it's totally greased. Grab this, we're going to pop this in the oven, about 15-20 minutes. All right, 15-20 minutes. Grandma sometimes use chocolate and sometimes she used vanilla frosting. It just depends on what she really, you know, was in the mood for that particular time of the year for Thanksgiving. But with vanilla frosting, you can also decorate it really beautiful, which I'm going to show you in about a minute. We don't need that much in the middle. Now the top part's going to be. Now be careful, this cake is delicate. It can fall apart like that. Here we go. It's ready to break in my hand already, folks. Would you believe that one? All right. Now the top part. Oh, she's starting to crack. Now if you get a crack like that, don't worry about it. It means it's very delicate and it's going to be delicious. You're just going to cover the crack. Sometimes cakes crack, folks, and we don't know why. Here we go. And if it cracks, don't worry about it. We can cover it up. We're going to put cake crumbs on it. You're not even going to notice it. So I have to be really careful because I don't want to. It's really delicate, this cake. Here we go. Turn this around here. Sometimes right in the middle it just plain cracks and we don't know why. And you put it in the refrigerator, it'll get cold. Oh boy. Here we go. Trying to cover that crack up, it's really hard. But I have a treat that I'm going to cover it either way in a minute. Here we go. Here we go. Trying to cover that up as best as we can. One time, Grandma made a beautiful cake, and somehow the whole middle just cracked right in the middle. We don't know what happened. When you make something homemade, the cake is delicate, folks, and it can happen that it can crack a little bit. It's nothing to worry about. It's still going to be delicious. Now, here comes the treat. Right over that bad crack. Look how beautiful that is. I have cake crumbs that I put aside. Look how beautiful that's going to be when it's done. Oh. And here we have a delicious Thanksgiving chocolate cake. Oh, let's cover up this little devil here. Here we go. A little bit more here. Here we go. And here we have a delicious, wonderful chocolate cake like Grandma Elizabeth used to make. Always use Hershey's. From Deborah Wade's Home Country Kitchen. Have a great day and please subscribe to my wonderful YouTube channel.